Some of you all may not know or remember who Collin Klein was, but Collin Klein was the quarterback that in 2012 brought Kansas State just short of becoming to their first national championship in school history. He was a Heisman Trophy finalist in 2012. At high school, he was a 6'6", 215-pound, three-star quarterback prospect coming out of Loveland High School and was rated the 24th best quarterback of his class. During his senior year, he received offers from Kansas State, Air Force, Colorado State, and Utah. He was a multi-sport athlete, playing quarterback on his varsity football team for Loveland High School and also played varsity basketball as a power forward for Loveland basketball team. Collin Klein was born on September 19, 1989 to Doug and Kelley Klein. When he played football for Loveland High School in Colorado, he set a lot of school records for completion percentage, all-purpose yards, and touchdowns. His younger brother Kyle was a wide receiver for Kansas State. When Collin Klein was in kindergarten, he became interested in learning how to play the piano and began taking lessons that year of kindergarten. Later on in life, when he was 6 or 7 years old, he would later learn how to play both the mandolin and the violin. In 2008, Collin Klein committed to Bill Snyder and Kansas State University. His freshman year, he was redshirted in 2008. In 2009, he played wide receiver in special teams and had 6 receptions for 38 yards. In 2010, he returned back to the team and received his first starting quarterback spot, making his first career start against the Texas Longhorns, a game which the Wildcats won 39-14. Collin Klein had a breakout game as he rushed for 127 yards and 2 touchdowns. He completed 4 passes though, 2 of 4, which was alright even though they won. Klein was one of 2 quarterbacks in the Big 12 with at least 2 100-yard rushing games in the season. In 2011, Collin Klein led Kansas State to victories over the first 7 opponents, in which they started out 7-0 since the first time since 1999, including 4 consecutive games in which Kansas was considered an underdog. On September 24th, though, however, he led his team to a 28-24 win against the Miami Hurricanes, coming off a big win against Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl. But that was yet for the best of Collin Klein to come. The week after that, he stepped his game up and passed for 146 yards, and Kansas State's big upset, 36-35, of the then-ranked 15th ranked national team in the nation against Baylor. That game will mark the first time since 2004 that a Wildcat quarterback rushed and passed for over 100 yards in a single game. Following the 7-1 start, Collin Klein would set career highs for passing yardage in consecutive weeks with 231 yards, but that was yet for the best. Even though Kansas State, the week after, lost the game to Oklahoma State, he threw for 281 yards and a quadruple overtime victory against Texas A&M the week after the loss to Oklahoma State. They won 53-15. He had his career high. He rushed for 5 touchdowns in the win and overtime versus Texas A&M. That year, he was an honorable mention All-American selection by Sports Illustrated, earned first-team All-Big 12 honors, and all-purpose player for the Associated Press, ESPN.com. He was also Kansas City Star, Fort Worth Star-Telegram, and San Antonio Express News. He earned all Big 12 honorable mention the year after in 2011 from the league's coaches and was a second-team academic all Big 12 selection. His 27 touchdowns during the 2011 season will equal 2 national records: most rushing touchdowns in the season by a Big 12 player and most rushing touchdowns in the season by a quarterback in the football subdivision. These records had previously been held and set by Ricky Williams and Ricky Dobbs, respectively. He also broke a 42-year-old school record for most rushing touchdowns in the season, previously held by Mark Herring, who ran for 20 in 1969. Klein led the Big 12 with 317 rushing attempts, 67 more than the next highest paid player, and the most in team history. Keelan led the Big 12 Conference and ranked third nationally with 162 points scored, a mark which was first among quarterbacks. So with that, and all those awards and accolades, and just 2 years of starting, a lot of you guys are probably wondering, what happened to Collin Klein or Keelan after this recent string of success? Well, that would be in part 2, as for his final season in 2012 would be probably his best statistical season from any Kansas State quarterback in the history of their school. Stay tuned for part 2, coming soon.